Is the United States military essentially conducting a silent, high-stakes war in international waters without a clear end in sight? Over the last week, we have witnessed an unprecedented escalation in the Eastern Pacific, with 4 separate strikes on vessels allegedly carrying drug strikes that have left a mounting death toll in their wake. Before we continue, if you want to stay on top of everything happening in US politics, hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like. It really helps this channel grow and ensures you don't miss our deep dives into the stories the mainstream media might be skimming over. So, here is the breakdown of what is actually happening. Over this past weekend, the United States military carried out yet another strike. This makes the 4th time in just 7 days that Southern Command has taken direct, kinetic action against a boat in the Eastern Pacific that they claim was involved in drug smuggling. The announcement came directly from U.S. Southern Command via their social media channels, utilizing their now routine, almost boilerplate explanation. They claim these vessels are operating in a way that necessitates immediate force, and as a result of this latest encounter, 3 men are confirmed dead. When we look at the frequency of these operations, we have to ask ourselves what has shifted in the tactical approach of SOUTHCOM. 4 strikes in a week isn't just a coincidence or a surge in intelligence activity, it represents a significant shift in the operational tempo. We are talking about a scenario where the U.S. military is essentially acting as a global police force, intercepting and neutralizing vessels on the open ocean with lethal force as the primary tool. While the official stance is that these individuals were involved in illicit trafficking, the lack of transparency surrounding the decision-making process for these strikes is becoming impossible to ignore. Think about the implications here. Who are these people being killed? Are they low-level mules, or are they being framed as combatants because of the sheer volume of illicit cargo they might be carrying? When the U.S. military engages in this level of repetitive, lethal force, it changes the perception of how we handle drug interdiction. We have moved from a model of capture and prosecution to a model of destruction and neutralization. If the standard response to a drug boat is now a strike, where does the line get drawn between a policing action and an undeclared military conflict? Furthermore, consider the international optics. Operating in international waters requires a very specific set of legal justifications. Every time a strike is carried out, it sets a precedent for how the U.S. will engage with non-state actors in contested or international maritime zones. We are seeing a blurring of the lines between national defense and domestic law enforcement. When we use military assets, jets, surveillance, and specialized naval units to hunt drug runners, we are essentially turning the Pacific into a theater of war. The outcomes of this could be far-reaching. We might see an increase in the hardening of these vessels, potentially leading to more violent confrontations. We might also see diplomatic friction with regional neighbors who may have questions about the sovereignty of the waters where these strikes are occurring. And let's be honest, the American public deserves to know more than just a brief, sanitized update on an X post. We need to know if there is a strategy here, or if this is just a reflexive reaction to a problem that isn't going away. This isn't just about drugs. This is about the reach of the U.S. military, the use of force without a declared conflict, and the human cost associated with these tactical decisions. Is this the most effective way to combat the flow of narcotics, or are we just fueling a cycle of violence that makes the region more unstable? So, what do you think about this? Do you believe these lethal strikes are a necessary evil in the fight against cartels, or is the U.S. military overstepping its authority on the high seas? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one. The situation in the Eastern Pacific is evolving rapidly, and it is clear that Southern Command is not slowing down. We will keep tracking these developments to see if this trend continues or if this was simply a surge in activity. Stay vigilant, keep questioning the narrative, and thank you for watching.